show Steve and everybody else to answer that question?
Yeah, we came out and played great today. We're not worried about, then we're worried about what we can control, and that's, going out there playing hard and winning games. And we know right now we're in control of our own destiny. We knew that heading into the game. If South Carolina won or lost, we still have to do our thing. So we came out today with the right mindset, played a great game. I felt like all three facets, special teams, offense, defense, and I think today was probably our best game of the year as a team. I think every facet today had an unbelievable day.
Could you tell that early on?
Yeah, we were clicking offensively, defensively, special teams. I mean, it was a great day for it to be a Jordan Love.
Aaron, talk about how efficient you guys were in the first half. I think you were 7 of 8 on third down conversions, and then you threw 4 touchdown passes.
Guys just making plays. The offensive line did a great job today of giving me plenty of time. They opened up some huge run lanes. I think we had over 500 yards and I think around 300 yards rushing. So, I mean, those guys just up front did a great job of getting some big running lanes, milking the clock. I mean, the time of possession, I looked up the clock and we were, more than double time of possession. You got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line and able to milk the ball or milk the clock with running the ball that whole second half. So, like I said, it was a great team performance, offense, defense, and special teams today.
We just went out there, both of us, tried to do our best. I told him, got to just make plays, running backs, we got to set the tone, and that's what we did.
Got this big win now next to the Kentucky game next week. What was the mood at halftime, and what are your thoughts on this game?
I just think we got to take it as another game, another opponent. We got to come play hard, expect to win. We can't take it lightly.
Talk about growing up in Columbus, being so close to Auburn. What did it mean to go out and play against those guys today?
I had a ex-teammate that played for Auburn, talking a lot of junk, mess, or whatever. So, I just wanted to go out there and play my hardest, just come out with a win.
Talk a lot of junk. What would y'all be text messaging, or how did that go about? Would he call you in the middle of the night, or what?
Just with the media, I heard about all the stuff. I seen all the stuff that he was saying, and I just wanted to do what I had to do to help my team come out with the W.
Talk about getting this win today. I mean, 45-7 over Auburn. Nobody saw that coming as far as being able to put up that many points on these guys.
I don't know. I didn't really expect it either, but I knew we was gonna come out and play hard. I just wanted to win. My whole team was enthused about the game, and we just did what we had to do.
Did you feel a little extra emphasis, coming back after the one-game suspension, really kind of showing that you belong on this team and, where you're at as a player?
Really coming back after the one-game suspension, I feel like I had a lot to prove, to my family, Bulldog Nation. I just wanted to show them that, I was happy to be playing for Georgia. I was just happy about coming in and playing Auburn this week.
You took some big hits tonight. I know early in the season you took some big hits and maybe shook up, lost your breath a little bit. Was that kind of easier if you get adjusted to that as the season went on? Or?
Well, yeah, now it's kind of easy. I come out and play probably, go right back in. It's not really a big deal now coming in, because I've been doing it the whole season.
Thanks.
Thanks, Rick.
Any quarterback should do take with defense, where people are open no matter who you got. We don't want to ever try to force the ball to anybody. And the fact that we have a solid run game, it opens up stuff across the board. And I'm really happy that so many people are getting involved. That makes the defense have to hone in on everybody. It doesn't let them key on this player and that player, and that's tremendous for a team. That opens up things just a tremendous amount. And I couldn't be happy that it's happening now, right at the end of the season, because now defense are saying, maybe it's not just Malcolm Mitchell. Maybe we don't just need to key in on Isaiah. It's all these other guys that go out there and mix it up and be dependable. And that's what we need. That's what we look for all season. That's what we have right now.
The people will talk about the first half and what you guys did to sort of put this game away. But the second half, the fact that you were able to just dominate and basically own possession, was it in some ways more impressive than what you all did in the first?
I think so. I think the way we ran the ball in the second half was very impressive because we didn't necessarily break a bunch of huge runs. We didn't have that big explosive play. But, we chipped away at it. And it was a continuous thing. It wasn't a thing like, oh, no, what are we going to have to do on third down? Or, we're going to have to air the ball. We're going to have to spare. We probably threw less than 5-6 times in the second half. It felt like to me. All we did was run the ball. We mashed them in. And we made a statement, basically. And that means a lot. and that says a lot about what our offense can do.
Were you guys, South Carolina game, but also the game around that work?
I mean, maybe we were still around at the bus, just getting ready and stuff. People had it up, or people saying this score and that score. But once we got in the room and we met before we were about to leave, and once we came over here, we all put it out of our minds. There's some people came on the sideline, people who weren't in uniform, saying, oh, well, South Carolina won, this and that. But at the end of the day, we really couldn't care less, because right now, all we have to do is handle our business, and that'll take care of itself. If South Carolina wins this week, South Carolina wins next week, okay, whatever. We're in the league right now, so we have to worry about ourselves. We can't get caught up with everybody else and what they're doing.
Spurrier said after they won, he said, well, now we'll see what Georgia can do when they have to win. What's your response to it?
Spurrier, he's a great coach. He's done a lot of great things in his career, but we're not worried about him. We're not worried about what he's saying. We're not worried about what South Carolina's doing. They kind of snuck away with one here early in the season, and it's something that we're gonna have to live with. The way we played and the turnovers that we gave them. But I couldn't care less if South Carolina's here right now because we have a better record and we have a chance to go to the SEC and represent the East. So whatever he has to say, okay, that's fine. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it.
Less than 200 yards. I know you all want to go out and dominate all the time. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to actually do it.
Yeah, I think that the credit there goes to, you play every snap. And you got to play hard every snap. You got to be consistent. Because what happens is if you give up explosive plays or big plays, those chunks come. So I think that we've been consistent in our play. We haven't given up big plays, and then everything's good on third down. And then you have a tendency to double team. And that's the biggest thing that I see is through our preparation, we've been pretty consistent. Guys play, they perform, they understand what we're asking them to do with each call, and we really don't give up explosive plays. And that's the big thing. If you don't give up explosive plays, you're going to have a chance to get them off the field on third down. And if you play good on third down, then you don't give up points.
Talk about, you guys took a big step towards the SEC championship game today. Obviously, there's another game against Kentucky next week, and you have another game against Tech. But in terms of preparing for a potential matchup against a team like LSU that could be undefeated, how do you go about doing that? Do you just treat it like any other game? Or?
No, my focus right now is Kentucky. They're an SEC team. They have SEC players, and we've come a long, hard way. And not to be ready, we're going to be ready for that game. We have to prepare during the week and understand that we're playing Kentucky for the SEC East Championship. So, we put ourselves in position through our hard work and our preparation, but we haven't done anything yet. We put ourselves in position, and that's what we got to understand.
Great. Thanks, Dave.
All right, last week, hold on, let me get this. Talked about how you and Blair Walsh have been competing in practice last week, and obviously last week you guys took turns with kickoffs and 20 attempts. Has it been the same drill this week, or has anything changed?
Yeah, we pretty much had the same type of practices last week. We went out there and we both competed, we both did extremely well. So I think that's what gave them the confidence to let us both get out there and kick the ball.
For the people who, obviously are watching this from home and feel so invested in every kick that you guys make, talk about what practice is like. What is this competition that you guys are doing? Is it like a game of horse with kickoffs and field goals? Or?
It's not really a game of horse. They give us each a certain amount of kicks, and they try and put us in a high pressure situation. And we just have to go out there and make the kicks, and they just look at the numbers and see who's making the most and what's going on with that.
How do you simulate a high pressure kick in practice? Or does the team come around you and start yelling at you?
Yeah, they'll do stuff where they'll get up behind you and start yelling, and the coaches will get into it and they'll be yelling from 3 feet away. And it's just you got to block that out and get out there and kick.
So how does that compare to practice with, let's just say, the kick that you had tonight?
It helps me prepare just because you got to shutter things out because you'll be on the field and obviously the other team's going to be yelling at you, trying to distract you, and you just got to shutter it out and do what you do.
Cool. All right, thanks. Good point.
Thank you.
We're so happy that we beat Auburn. We don't know when the last time we beat Auburn and Florida and Tennessee in the same year. You can research that. It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
So we just happy, man. It feels so good to win. We don't want to stop giving our all. We got Kentucky next week. We're going to handle business. Go handle Georgia Tech, and then we back in Atlanta where we want to be.
Thank you. Talk about what this Auburn game means to you. Obviously, 2 years ago, you got knocked unconscious towards the end of the game, and everybody's kind of chanting your name after a big heart play. And then last year he had a big interception. This year he had an interception for a touchdown. Talk about, does Auburn stick out more than any other team as far as series you've had with Georgia?
I mean, I be having some memorable moments with Auburn, with the concussion and the interception last year. But I'm just glad we won, really. That's all it's about. I mean, if I'd have got knocked out again, then I outdid it for my team because that's what it's all about.
You guys have Kentucky next week, then you have Tech, and then maybe a trip to the SEC championship game. Did you watch the Georgia Tech game Thursday night and see Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Most I was studying my schoolwork. I had a little test I had to take, so I had to study.
And so after South Carolina won today, it's the experience, and now we'll see what Georgia can do when they have to win. What would be your response to that?
We can handle pressure. That's all I can say. We can handle pressure. The sky's the limit for us. I mean, we got the talent to be the best in the SEC, so we just got to go out there and play consistent.
Have y'all played a better game, both sides of the football, than
I think this is the best game we played so far this year. I mean, hopefully we can play better as the time gradually get on, but I feel like this is the best game we played this year.
Almost 200 against South Carolina, but since then, except for Vanderbilt, y'all pretty much rubbed every running team out. Is that, tell me a little bit about that, how that came about.
Well, the first two games, we were still young. We had a lot of players in different positions. My first time playing, a year and a half. So, we were still young, but as time went on, we kept practicing and improving. We just started to gel, in our confidence. We never lost our confidence. We always been passionate, and every opportunity we get, we just want to improve and get better, and we're just grateful for the things that's been happening this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jarvis, you feel like y'all made a statement, national television, ranked opponent, all that.
We probably did, but I think we playing Georgia football, I think we keep playing like we do, people gonna start to see, Georgia's good, Then again, people been down us because we haven't played really, teams that haven't been ranked. We've been shutting them out the same way, but coming to tonight, Auburn ranked what? 24, they're a ranked opponent, and they're pretty darn good football team, and they like pounding people and running the ball. And tonight, we took their strength away.
Were you able to practice much last week?
I really didn't. I did a lot of stuff on the scout team, pretty much non-contact.
Were you feel like it slowed you down at all when it came to game time?
It did. It was sore. Regardless, it's going to be sore. Stiff a little bit, but any opportunity I get to step on the field, with my guys and just play, anytime I get to step on the field, I'm trying to get everything I got, I don't want to be the weak link, so the guys kept me going, and just happy we got out there and had a business.